Hi, this is Dee with Divine Needle. And as promised, I did a reading. I did this reading yesterday, and fatigue happened. Anyway, I said TGIF to you all. So I continue that sentiment. I hope you all are having a good weekend. This morning, the moon and the sun were in the sky. And it was really interesting because I could see the sun with every street that we passed by. It was like sitting right at the end of the street. Like if you drove down that street, you could reach out and touch it. And then the moon in the sky off to the west. Great big, huge. And then we turned a corner. And I saw the sun in my rearview mirror and the moon in the sky in front of me.
Yeah.
Wow. Everything means something, including turning a corner. We're turning a corner. Virgo full moon. I am a Virgo moon. I am an Aquarius. It's about humanity. Everything is about the souls down here. All of us are connected, even to the ETs, or you wouldn't be able to tap into them. Yep. Anyway, yeah. And you wouldn't be able to receive telepathic messages either, back and forth. Or infiltrate their psyches and find out who and what they are. Because you guys are connected to them too.
It's funny because I brought that up right before today with my traumatic experiences.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, that was not in a good way. That was in the bad way. But
yeah. Yeah. And a certain ETs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. They've been rather exposed recently. Yeah, that happened. I can show you guys. It's pretty fascinating. But, yeah. They keep you, when you first start meditating, a lot of you will see what looks like a great ET face. With the big eyes and stuff when you're trying to meditate. And that's because they're trying to keep you from doing that. Don't be discouraged. Push past them. You hold dominion. Just push right past them. They are insignificant and do not matter to you. Anyway. And that's what I tried to teach my husband back when he had that issue. That was way back before we were a thing.
That was so bad that, it was like, even when I went to the bathroom at work or something and I closed my eyes for a second, I would still see them.
Yeah.
And they got that fear response out of me. Like,
that's the thing. You were in fear.
I was so in fear.
Yeah.
I never experienced any more fear than that.
Yeah.
It was like helplessness. There was no escape at all.
Yeah.
And then that combined with the dreams.
Mm-hmm.
I was a wreck. I was like, if that would have continued, I don't know. I would have insane asylum or
I hope you guys can hear him. But anyway, you might have to turn up to hear what he's saying. But yeah, interesting conversations that him and I have. But I was trying to teach him, when you take away the fear and realize that you hold the dominion, it was your God-given right to hold dominion. It takes fear out of the equation, right? Yeah. You become much more powerful when you negate fear. The devil card, right? Anyway, yeah, we're turning a corner. We're definitely turning a corner. and it feels good. Anyway, I started this reading yesterday. I kept the original for posterity reasons, and so that seeing the cards come out the way they did and everything at the time. I'm not uploading it. I don't see any point. I was fatigued, so I felt like it was another one of those things where that self-doubt was creeping in a little bit. And yeah. And that was just the fatigue mostly causing the issue. Which you'll see that here, this card that came out. Yeah. Anyway, let's go over what they're telling me here. Because I asked them, when are we supposed to expect the clusters? Well, we're getting some stuff this year. Definitely. So, and that's, you know, there's a reason they're looking for Planet 9 right now. Because I'm not the only one picking up that it's there. They just don't see it yet. Nemesis. I know people call it Nibiru, Planet X, blah, blah, blah. Nemesis. Anyway, and it comes with 2 friends that revolve around it, just like our planets revolve around this sun. 2 suns. This is not a binary, as they would have had you think. Anyway, let's dig in to this reading. I asked them when. The first card out was the Holy See. See. Look up. See. The number 5. Card of Taurus. Taurus season. In other words, May. Yeah. May. So we know what month. That was firmly established. And I think it was, again, firmly established here. But it was also establishing that Mercury would be in Taurus. So, I'm going to take you on the journey of yesterday evening of me sorting out what did this mean, because I wanted it sorted out before I did this video, the one I would be posting on it. You know, if you don't look at all this with childlike wonder, then you're not looking at it the right way. You've got to look at it through a child's eyes, right?
Right brain.
Right. And that's hard for an Aquarius to do, because we're seriously left brain.
Yeah, you got to combine the 2.
Yep.
Logic and emotional.
But I'm also a Sag rising, a Virgo moon, and a Pisces Venus. So equal parts of all the elements. Yeah, looking at it through a child's eyes and the amazing machine that we live in. So we're going to look at the astrology. Also, the Holy See. See. Look up. See. The keys. Right? Okay. So I'm going to take you on a journey with this. Let me pull something up, because something else popped up for me this morning. And, yeah, well, it's interesting. So here we go. All right. Lovely Miss Santero. She did Taurus Crystal Sky. Amazing reading. You guys should definitely be watching her. Definitely. I know a talented reader when I see one. Interesting. My husband's a Taurus also, so us fixed signs are definitely pulling our weight right now. Anyway, but something else stood out to me. This reading was phenomenal, as was her Pisces reading, because it made a bridge for me. Look at her most recent Pisces reading. Definitely look at her extended readings. They're worth it. Trust. Anyway, this is what popped up in my sidebar. Daily Vibe, a breakthrough. Shadow work, my husband's reading. And then Capricorn, I'm a Vedic Capricorn. Not as confused as you may look. Miss Cindy from Awakening to Spirit is also a very talented reader. They also know each other, I believe. So is Russell from Rustling Around. All very talented. I do highly advise subbing them and checking out their extendeds. This stood out to me, not as confused. Because last night there was a little confusion because of the fatigue. You may look. You may look. Your world has been shaken, and what comes forward, very important message and news for you. Okay? Warning, this video may shock you. Yeah, it might. Okay. April will be huge. Hold on tight. We're turning a corner. Boy, and how are we ever? Now, let's go back to the cards for a minute. We were looking at May. Holy Sea. In Cindy's Awakening to Spirit, the Capricorn reading said, look, May, see, May. We're all connected to each other. 100%. And even her titles. Yeah. Macy. So we know it's May. This event. Now the question is, which May? Well, we know Mercury needs to be in Taurus. So I took a look at and I'll take you there momentarily. I took a look at our fantastic machine in the sky. And here's May the 4th, because we did get the conservator, 4 of orbs. Notice that was both earth energy too. They didn't use the 5 of wands and the, or swords or cups. They used earth energy, 5 of orbs and the 4 of orbs. Okay. So this is May the 4th of 2022. we do have a lovely kite formation. I believe this is Vestra. I'm not positive. An asteroid. It's pointing at an asteroid in Virgo. The other end is pointing at the god of war, fire. So we may be seeing some asteroids coming in this May. But I'm not, as you can see, Mercury is not in Taurus. Mercury's already stepped into Gemini at this point. Okay? And Pluto will be retrograde in Capricorn at this point. The sun is at 13 degrees in Taurus at this point. Number of the goddess, 13. They always said it was an unlucky number. That was incorrect. Maybe for them. It might be very well be an unlucky number for them, the ones that want to go to their hidey holes. Very unlucky number. Okay, so I was like, all right, the astrology is not really lining up for this year. Not the way it needs to. So I jutted us out to the following May. What do we have here? At 1424, which equals 11, by the way. 1424. So that's 2:24 p.m. 2:24 Central Standard Time. We have a match. And it's an interesting match, I might add. We have another kite formation going on here. And the sun is at the base of that kite at 15 degrees in Taurus, pointing at the moon. Now, the other thing I want to point out real quick right here, we do have and where did that go? Oh, here we go. Let's go to this. A total lunar eclipse, May 15th and 16th, and on the 30th, we have a partial solar eclipse coming up. Those are important too, and I'll do separate readings for those. But in May 5th and 6th, we have a penumbral lunar eclipse. That's important. Keep that in mind. 411 info, 411 days. That's why they held me off posting this reading until today. 411 info. Information. 411 days. TikTok. Wow.
Did you get 411 yesterday too? Missing 411?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. So, this penumbral lunar eclipse, 411 info. Yeah. May 5th, 2023. The alignments. This could be for the 4th parts of the planet. I'm going to include the 4th and the 5th for this of 2023. But it definitely tells me in that time frame because of two suns 2 suns. Here's one of them, Anubis, Pluto, 0 degrees in Aquarius, but also retrograde. It's going to step from heaven back into hell. That sun is going to go back into Capricorn. And we got the conservator card. I'll show you real quick. Just bebop back and forth. Sun. Capricorn. Okay. That's one of the suns. Not in regards to Nemesis itself, or it could be. I don't know. We'll go further into this and maybe it'll give me some more info there. But Mercury is also retrograde in Taurus. Ding, ding, ding. Jackpot. Jackpot. So, May of 2023. So, we've got a little time. 411. 411 days to get our shit together. The other thing, that really sticks out here is this square. You got Black Moon Lilith involved. You got the moon involved, Vestra, and the sun in that big square with a big X right in the middle. And see the blue kite underneath. Here's our blue kite with its cross through it. And then we've got this square with a big red cross right in the middle of it. We also have Saturn has moved into Pisces at this point, the timekeeper. And Uranus at 18 degrees in Taurus. The rebel. The rebel, the sun, and the messenger. And the node in Taurus. Fascinating lineup. Anyway, that's the date they're pointing at, I believe, based on what I'm seeing. And yeah, you can't make that up. 411. It's a penumbral lunar eclipse. Something else about the cards told me that it would not be about the sun necessarily. It was going to be about the moon. We are under a Virgo full moon. So, and something on the reading was telling me. Oh, by the way, real quick before I switch that. May 4th, 2023. Star Wars Day. Star Wars, aka 2 suns. The 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Full moon, 12:34 p.m. 1, 2, 3, 4. Step by step. Okay. I just wanted to show you guys some interesting things going on that day in 2023. Pluto is the home planet for Capricorn. It's very at home there. We're looking at 2023. And they wanted me to see, may look like Cindy's title. Fascinating. Anyway, I was like, wow, okay. And the other thing that took me, because I was sitting here looking at this and I was like, man, it feels like an eclipse. And we do have a couple of eclipses coming up, one at the end of the month and then mid-May. So I knew we were looking at some eclipse energy, the shadow back here. This is what told me we were looking at eclipse energy. And then down here in the cards that I laid out, when I asked for more info, we got this card. And I was like, yeah, it's an eclipse. But that's not a solar eclipse. Lunar. It's interesting because these stars up here in the sky remind me of when the little small orb ships flash in the, we're doing the little thing in the sky outside my bedroom window and flashing real bright. And I showed you guys that they were doing that back on the 11th and spotted in 2 cities, 2 suns at war right now. And if you don't think the U.S. is involved, oh my goodness. We must awaken. We must. But one city was in Baltimore, Maryland, which Bethesda is in Maryland, and in Moscow, Russia, where those ships were spotted, doing the same thing they did outside my bedroom window, putting on quite the show. So we're looking at a lunar eclipse energy for sure. Those 2 cards told me that. So 2023 lines up with the cards. 4th, 5th of May in Taurus season. The keys, 2 keys, 2 suns. Okay. So I started doing the reading and I got these cards out. 10 of Pentacles, the dynasty energy. The material world. Utter completion card in the material. This one is walking away from what you previously built to do something else. One, 2, 3, 4 p.m. I don't know why they repeated that to me. To look in the sky. This represents what we materially hang on to, what we save, what we hold back. The conservator card, same card, just different decks. This is what we cling to. The material world, walking away. Three of Swords, the disappointment, heartbreak card. And the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is very emotional. So This particular time is going to be extremely emotional. Because it's going to really expose what's broken. We'll come back to that, possibly. 7 of Cups. Illusion. Seeing through the illusion. Notice we have a rainbow here and a rainbow in the cup. That's a bridge. They call it a rainbow bridge. We've got Judgment and the Wheel of Fortune. Big choices that need to be made. Judgment. Big choices. Tick-tock. The wheel in the sky. Then we have Lady Justice. Card of Libra. The cups don't weigh equally. All these cups have different weights in them. Take the cup and put it on the scale. Will the scales be balanced? Ace of Pentacles. Brand new beginning. Notice it is a material beginning. If you pass the test, Judgment Day, will you pass the test? And I asked what the Ace of Pentacles was about. And we got a repeater card of the 8 of Cups. Or no, this is the 9. Yeah, no, it's an 8. Sorry. So it is a repeater card. 8 of Cups. And the 9 of Pentacles. Walking away from the material. The square root of infinity. And this feels like the wheel in the sky up here. This card is the card of independence. It's also the gate. See the gate with the pentacles? This is a gate, a gateway. It's turning a corner. Then we have Temperance. That's the Patience card. That's also peace and tranquility. peace and tranquility, because you've been set free. Looks like the garden, doesn't it? New earth. The cups. See, she's got 2 cups. 2 of these cups will sit here. And they need to balance. Right brain, left brain, heart and brain balance. Heart and brain balance. So your emotional, so your heart and your head. Because the swords are your head. The balance. Remember what I told you guys? You know, the Led Zeppelin song, Stairway to Heaven. He indicates the 2 of Wands scenario where there's a stairway and you've got 2 paths, red path, blue path. And I told you guys there is a middle path. They lied to you. They made you think you had to be totally in service or totally all for yourself. Those are 2 paths. But the correct path is right down the damn middle. The balance. This is what you need to achieve before 411, which is info May 4th and 5th. Temperance, patience. Because when you realize that you've got 411 days from what is victory, being seen, 411 days from being seen, the King of Fire, being seen. Then you're in this mode. Oh crap. Anxiety personified. But if you shoot up that center path, it won't be so much like that for you. Like they said, you and your loved ones are safe. We got 411 days to get our crap together. The thing that is interesting to me is some people with that news, it's like, well, yep, that's coming. We're screwed. I don't know. I think everybody should be celebrating because it's going to set you free. It's going to set you free. But you got to get your shit together and get in balance. Drive up that middle path. And yes, the Kabbalistic tree was stolen. And it's funny, the very ones that stole it got upset when other people started using it over in Hollywood. You know how they've got that Church of Kabbalah and they're wearing the little red wristbands? The ones that stole the information in the first place actually had the audacity to be upset. Wow.
What you were talking about is the middle pillar.
Yeah, you need to shoot up that middle pillar. Pillar.
You know that high priestess,
Mhm.
the Wade deck? She got like 2 pillars on her side, right?
Yeah.
She is.
She is the middle pillar.
Yeah, she is it.
Yeah. The high priestess is the middle pillar.
Remember that cross?
See how she sits, Lady Justice, between 2 pillars? Mm-hmm. She is the middle pillar. Yeah. You guys were lied to about what path you're supposed to be on. It's not a right path, left path. So any of you that took either direction, yikes. You need to rebalance. shoot down the center. Like the song says, it's never too late to change the road you're on. Or is it? 411 days to figure that out. Yep. Anyway, this is going to put a lot of you up in your head. Some people with that news of this incoming will be, well, the ones that picked the left path or the right path. Well, the ones that pick service to self.
Yeah, that's the left-hand path.
They're the ones that are digging hidey holes. Trust. Service to self. And it's just like that song, I Feel It Coming. There's a couple of songs. I Feel It Coming is
The Weeknd.
Yeah, The Weeknd. Watch that video. It's on Divine L, or just look it up. Look up The Weeknd, I Feel It Coming. That's a very telling video. Because the ones that took the service to self path, that's their ending. Yeah. And they know it. They know it's coming. Why do you think they're digging those hidey holes? They know it's coming. They don't want you to know that. That's why they keep you all in a state of fear and stress so that you don't make the graduation. You want to get this shit in balance, so you make the graduation. You got to get past her, the center pillar. Lady Justice. Yeah, because it is judgment time. Tick-tock. That's why the wheel's sitting here. Some of those people are gonna just dive for their hidey holes and hope for the best. Because they picked a path. They picked the wrong one. And then the ones that are totally service to others. You're cheating yourselves. It's good to be of service to others, but unless you're in this balance, you can't give to others. Not and do it in the right way. You know, there's this thing as contractual manipulation. It's a sign of a narcissist. And yes, narcissists can be serving others. There's energy. Remember, everything's energy. And if you constantly give or you constantly take, either way, it's not good. There needs to be a balance. And if you don't accept other people's love, devotion, and help, then you're not in balance. And if you don't give the same, you're not in balance. But be careful of contractual manipulation too. Because if you give ever with the expectation of receiving anything in return ever, that's a mistake. A big one, I might add. Big mistake. You guys got to get your shit together. You got 411 days to do so. Victory. Being seen, the King of Fire, right below that. Looking out for ships to come in. Look up. See how he's on the edge of a precipice? It's almost like a Fool card. And this is another view of him. See the bridge in the background? Making that bridge. Yeah. Making the bridge. Now the thing that, and I'll show that in a minute. I don't want to jump forward too fast. 3 incoming pieces of rock. A 3. We're getting trios or clusters. Remember that reading I had was clusters. We got clusters of 4 and 5 and 3. 3, 4, 5. Step by step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? Here's another cluster of 3. They use these to indicate rocks, planets. Okay? So you're looking into the sky. Rocks, planets. Well, we also have a 3 of Cups. The community, right? The collective. This, you should be celebrating this. Those of you that make the grade are going to be very happy campers, but this also could be 3 ships traveling with those 3 because they use the cups to indicate ships. King of Cups, a big ship. Communication will come in about setting you free. Here we go with that 9 of Pentacles again. Creation energy, the Empress, and the Tower. It's going to be a good tower or a bad tower that day. Depends on who you are and what pillar you pick. Page of Wands. That's Mercury, the messenger. And the shadow side. The Devil card. Fear. Look up. There's your Hierophant again, the Holy See. 2 in the sky. 2 in the sky. 2 suns. Notice he's got pillars and he's in the center. Yeah, you can't make up that energy. Not if you tried. I feel like there's ships coming in with those. Very much so. Big fire. Another king. Another sun. Another sun. Now this is the deck. I left the decks exactly as I picked them up and put them away, but I left them exactly. I'm very particular. That's the Virgo Aquarius in me. Super OCD. We got King of Wands again here. He's right there. King of Swords. Card of Aquarius. Page of Cups. Here's that Devil. Fear and strength. Love and compassion. Whew. And there's that message of, brand new fire beginning, right? What really fascinated me is After I got done recording the video, I didn't even pick this deck up to look at the bottom until after I stopped recording that first video on this. Bottom card. 13, number of the goddess. 1 plus 3 is 4. The 4th. Passage to initiation. The captor. 8 of swords. That's the prison. And the outlaw. Gaining a higher, wider perspective. Notice he's also between pillars. Middle pillar.
Service to truth.
Yeah. The truth is the thing that will set you free. And she's between the pillars too, the blind seer. 2 of swords. What you don't see coming. What you don't see coming in the sky. Queen of Cups. King of Earth. The discerning one. 2 of Wands. That's the paths you pick. Left path, right path, or right down the damn middle. Magician. Stronghold. There's the messenger of flame again. And the messenger of truth. Stand up for what you believe in. The dark horse. There's the tower. Where I am, you also may be, right? The mysteries. Oh. So getting the news about what's coming in 2023. You know, I talked about how people act at accidents or things like that. It's some of them freeze in shock and horror. Others rubberneck and want to see what's going on. And then you got the ones that jump into action. Some will just simply lose their shit. 9 of Swords. They're going to lose their minds. And others heed the warning. 411. Time to get your ducks in a row when you make the bridge. That one. To peace. Peace, new prosperity. Do I know exactly what's going to happen? Not precisely, no. But we are going to turn that corner one way or another. And how we act matters. Shoot up the middle path.
that's ultimately all that matters, because if you just look at intentions and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
right? Yeah, those are just intentions. It's all the behavior that really counts.
Yeah. Intent does matter, but action does too.
Mm-hmm. It's like the saying, like something wasn't built on good intentions or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah.
Fascinating. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up for now. I know there's more here. I can feel it. But I think that's enough info for right now. Yeah, the next 411 days are going to be definitely interesting days, but we are turning a corner right now out of this Virgo moon. And the next couple of months are really big, I feel like. Ramping up to a crescendo next year. But it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Whew. Don't be the ones that freak out and get in your head over all of it. Just got to start doing that shadow work my husband was talking about in his reading this morning.
Yep, that's where it needs to start.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we're with you all the way. We've had to do this shadow work ourselves.
You gotta rise above it,
Yeah.
Not just dwell on those energies. That's something I forgot to mention.
Yeah.
Not just beating yourself down constantly, but really be severe on yourself, right? And then actually do something about what changing your behavior for the better.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you gotta be severe. That's what.
Those 2 cups need to weigh the same when they hit those scales. Remember Anubis, the card of Anubis, has a feather in one cup and the heart in the other. And that heart needs to weigh that's the same as that feather, the middle path. Okay? Balance. Restoring balance to the dynasty. Brand new bread of life. All right. Anyway, have a good one. And I hope, yeah, it's almost an hour. Yep, 58:10. Anyway, try to have a good weekend and focus on making the center pillar, okay? Focus on the balance. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Bye.